Presented by Zetafix.
Hold on.
PAPRIUM! Presented by Zetafix.
Hold on.
PAPRIUM! Presented by Zetafix.
Hold on.
PAPRIUM! Presented by Zetafix.
Hold on.
Presented by Setafix.
Simple on.
PAPRIUM! Presented by Setafix.
Simple on.
PAPRIUM! Presented by Setafix.
Simple on.
PAPRIUM! Presented by Setafix.
Simple on.
Hello, everybody. Oh, I should be in this one here. Let's try that. Let's try it again. There we go. Take 2.
Oh.
There we go.
What,
I went to the wrong thing.
Oh.
I'm trying out using like the studio mode in OBS.
Studio. Oh. Okay.
That's where you can preview sources and then you send it. You know, so you can see what you're like. You're not locked in to like just doing the scene transition. Like the second you select it, you can preview it and then you can do the transition.
Cool.
So, how's it going? How's it going?
How has everyone been over this intervening week? You know, I did think about actually this was really funny. Did you see that one comment that where this guy told us about Soul Calibur lore?
Yeah. I thought that I got a good laugh about that. And you know, there's
he was really good natured about it, you know, kind of let me read how it started.
Very self-deprecating at the same time.
Very self-deprecating, yes, in a funny way. Where is it? Yeah, it was from Mr. Self-Improvement, which I wonder if, you know, his name has something to do with getting over this phase of his life.
Maybe.
20 years ago, I was really into soul lore because I was an older teen with no life, too much time on my hands, and I liked edgy stuff from Hot Topic. Soul Edge is the evil sword, while Soul Blade is the good sword. While when brought together, they are destined to bind together into their original form, a sort of both chaos and order called Soul Calibur. And then later he said...
he explains how...
He explains the multiverse stuff.
Yeah, like
he says, that first game is just the characters trying to get the blades. The good guys get Soul Blade, the bad guys get Soul Edge. By the time Soul Calibur launched in arcades and later Dreamcast, the lore was that the blades had been joined once, then separated violently. And in the short period Soul Calibur had been joined, its power basically split the multiverse. And its power drew both heroes of order and chaos from across creation, hence Yoda and Vader into the Soul's universe. Drawn to its power
across creation. So it could be literally anything, right? I mean, that's the whole thing. It could be literally anything.
I really appreciate that comment. that made my day when I saw that.
So as everybody knows, I'm going to be playing the rather infamous at this point PAPRIUM. As I've explained before, that you know I pre-ordered this game years and years and years ago, and then I got it like when it went out to a lot of people at the end of 2020. At the end of 2020, I guess, and my cartridge didn't work, and I tried it on different systems, and it just didn't work. Yeah. And I got a replacement copy from Lewis Martins, who's like did a lot of the artwork.
Oh, okay.
He actually like he knows Audie, and he gave like an extra copy that he had to Audie, and then Audie gave it to me when we saw him like last month. So it's been a long time coming. I'm finally gonna get a chance to play it, and as soon as I got back, I tried it on my systems and it booted right up. And no, I have not tried it. I've only like booted it up to make sure. But I've not played the game.
Yeah,
I've never once pressed the start button on it.
Well, I mean, you know, Joe did a full review of this game back when it came out, so I know. I mean, I've forgotten a lot of that, but that's probably about the extent I am aware of how the game itself turned out, you know, isolated from all of the drama and the hoopla. So, I mean, it is an infamous game. I have no idea how excited anyone is or isn't to see it at this point. But I guess we're just going to see for ourselves what it even is.
The real question is it craprium or does it slaprium? I thought about that like about 7:45 this evening.
Oh, okay. So you've been holding on to that.
I've been holding on to that. Yeah.
Is it slaprium?
Yeah. Is it craprium or does it slaprium? I am playing with a Sega CD attached, and a 32X. I don't know if that changes anything. If that makes it so that it won't take advantage, but the Sega CD is showing the ready light on it.
Are you supposed to put in a disc then? Is there a disc to put in?
No. Not that I know of. But I think it can use the actual hardware somehow to have better music.
Oh, really?
So, shall we begin?
See how it goes. Let's begin.
Here we go.
PAPRIUM!
Yeah, I don't know if it can, is it possible to use Sega CD hardware without using the CD part of it? Because Zodiac here is asking is it using scaling or something? I do not know.
CPU, Sega CD as a CPU as a buddy when you play.
Huh. It's interesting.
Disable friendly fire.
Sega CD CPU drives the AI for the second character. That's wild.
That is really interesting.
But that kind of makes me wish that Sega would have actually done things like that, used the Sega CD hardware for a bonus effect on a cartridge game.
So I wonder if if arcade or original is better. I'm just gonna go with arcade for right now.
Ironically, I ate some watermelon after dinner tonight.
Oh yeah.
Without even thinking about what you were streaming. I was kind of worried it was going to make me have to go to the bathroom during the stream. We'll see.
I don't know who to be. Do I be Tug or Dice or Alex? I feel like these are bonus characters. I just seeing Dice's dance. I feel like I want to be Dice.
I'm trying to understand what's going on with this character with no arms.
Yeah, she's just spinning around.
How does she attack without arms? Do different kinds of arms grow out of her or something, maybe?
All right, everyone's saying be Alex, so I'll start with Alex. That's the way I.
Mingo is saying, how'd you get the bonus characters? You play it before? So I guess are they unlockable? Maybe this Coury has not played it, but maybe
no. I mean, it
cartridge has been played.
No, actually, when I first booted it up, it said that it went through a whole mem test type thing.
As Coury explained, it certainly wasn't usual circumstances that you came to have this card.
Yeah.
But you yourself have not played it.
Yeah, this is the very first time I'm playing it. Oh, okay, it does use 6 button. I don't know if it's supposed to be pretty difficult.
I have no idea. Are you on normal difficulty or something?
Well, there is no normal. There is only hard and easy and very hard.
What was default?
Hard.
Do you know if it's a limited continues situation or what?
Okay, so I didn't get the mini game. So now that I think about it, he probably played it just to make sure it worked. You know, if he was going to be given, like, since I had one that didn't work. So he probably did it. Is that, like, impossible to get to play the game again? Or can you do it, like, if you beat the game or something like that?
Well, also, you booted the game, like...
Right.
Got it.
Yeah, because I just wanted to make sure it worked, right? So...
You're fighting.
Oh, jeez. I'm like riding on this thing.
So you are playing on real hardware, right?
Yeah, I'm playing on my. Yeah, it's you can't play it on anything else. It has to do with like the emulation of the extra chips that they put in it. Like I think that they were sort of able to get it so that it runs on the Mega SG.
You know, of course it wasn't covered in, but like GameSack's episode today was another new games for old systems.
Yeah, I watched some of that.
Did you see the skit?
I did. I thought it was very funny. He was like, I stole this.
Yeah. Literally no copies of Super Metroid have ever been sold.
I think that this game, how many mega power? I think it's 80 megs, and it was the biggest game for the longest time. But I think that what is it? The Demons of Astaborg is bigger now. Which is like, I kind of wish I'd gotten that. Like, I don't know if that's getting like another release on anything else. But I tried it on the EverDrive. It's pretty cool.
Is Mega Power literally just like megabytes, or is there another translation in there somewhere?
I just think it's megabytes.
Yeah. So if it's 8 megabytes, it's 8 mega power. Oh wait, no. Stefan Payne says mega power equals megabits. That's what I thought, because 8 megabytes is actually still quite large for cartridge games.
Yes. I mean, were there like even any N64s games that were that big? Probably. Like that's probably where it started happening. That guy's name is YOLO.
Resident Evil 2 N64 ROM size.
Oh, yeah.
If Google has the information. Let's see. Blah, 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 blah. Nintendo 64 games were ROM cartridge based. Cartridge size varied from 30 to 40 MB, 32 MB.
Right.
So like Automobile Lamborghini, Dr. Mario 64, to 64 MB, which was 512 MB for Resident Evil 2 and Conker's Bad Fur Day. So Resident Evil 2 and Conker's Bad Fur Day were 64 megabytes. I guess. Is what it says on N64, Nintendo64.fandom.com.
I don't.
Yeah,
The
you
music
so
is rather
rarely
good in
like
this.
work in bits today. You know, it kind of makes it a little hard to
Yeah, exactly.
to make those translations anymore.
I saw some people.
Why is that fence like?
I don't
It's
know.
supposed to be like a glass transparency.
Maybe.
Like it's, I feel like that's kind of a crummy way to do it. I mean, because Genesis, I mean, I don't know the details of why, you know, it very well might not be possible, but like there's like, I know in like Ranger X, there's like this thing where it can change the color palette on a per scanline basis for like some shadow effects and stuff like that. But maybe there's some reason that it could put down there. I don't love the look of that. Unless it's supposed to be like a digital background or something, like that could kind of work, like digital noise. But if it's supposed to be transparent, I'm not in love with how
I wish there is there like
in practice.
Are there special moves? I feel like just having that super move does it a disservice.
What's that green meter above your life meter?
So that it seems to be like how you like that's your like super move, as far as I can tell. But I don't know how to build it up either. Using superpower is bad in this game. Yeah, I mean it seems like it doesn't seem very useful. I saw some people were asking if we tried out the new the firmware for the PS1.
Yeah, you know, I meant to do that this afternoon.
So I tried to update it the other day, and like since we have like earlier beta versions, like it doesn't a certain aspect of the firmware conversion where it goes from being the Black Dog digital or whatever to Pixel FX like firmware. Like there's a certain aspect that won't work on the versions that we have, so it needs to be added. And
a certain aspect of the update process won't work.
Yes, it's looking for a certain check that does not exist on the early version, or like the essentially like beta versions that we have.
Right.
I mean, there's no. So we're not like missing anything.
The dam basically to get it.
No. It just needs to be like added into like the update, where it says like it's okay to update if it's missing this thing, or it's like it doesn't have this check. If this check is not passed, because it's very few people have that version anyways.
Right. Is that going to cause a problem with future updates, or?
It shouldn't. Dan said something about like it just like has something to do with like security, like the security of the FPGA or something like that.
Uh-huh. So hopefully they'll have that up in the next week, maybe.
Yes, exactly.
I am really looking forward to.
It's been so interesting to see what's happening like with all this HDR stuff.
Yeah, like that came out of nowhere.
Like, did you see Mike Cheese? He tweeted today about how he got it working like on the
4K.
On the 4K. Did you see that?
I did. So he said that's true 10-bit HDR.
Yeah.
Whereas what is in the 5X is like kind of fake HDR. I actually have not tried it yet. Mostly because like my Retrotink 5X is upstairs, and I mostly use it with the PVMs, and I'm mostly using it for capture, not for looking at, for the most part. So I just, it's not convenient for me. Like I brought it downstairs when I was working on like the OLED episode, but basically I was. It's not that convenient. I'd be very interested in it in Mr. though, because I do have Mr. hooked up to.
I'm sure it's only a matter of time before it shows up in Mr. Especially since they just did VRR too.
Well, and I
which I don't have any way to use that.
VRR, I am interested in playing the Retrotink 4K when that comes out. I do kind of want to hook that up to my OLED, like for that to be its main thing. I feel like there will be a lot of interesting stuff you can do on it with like 720p systems and stuff like that. So But you know, in a lot of ways, it's strange because, you know, the whole thing that I was bringing up about, it seems like a lot of people either didn't know this or forgot about it, or maybe they didn't get an OLED until like after this had happened. But like, you know, I don't know what the nit measurement is, but I feel like if you set the OLED light to 100 on the old C7, if OLED light is 100 on SDR content, I feel like the peak nits are probably about the same as HDR mode. The difference is HDR mode describes, you know, what brightness should be throughout the image, whereas SDR not so much, and everything looks too bright in SDR if you set it up that way. Everything is too bright. So that's why I had SDR set down to like, what, 75 or something on the C7?
Well, I mean, I could try. You want me to put the RetroTink into HDR mode right now? Because they just added there's like another firmware update about it where it's like it's been tweaked a little bit more, so it's better. Or it uses like the
I mean, if you haven't
HLG or
done
something
that
like
update,
that. Huh?
Have you done that update?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, it won't look as good for the capture though.
I know. I just thought it'd be interesting then.
I mean, maybe try it after you finish the game or something.
Okay.
Turn Toast said, "Try. I just ordered a C1. Only say nice things about it to validate me, please." I mean,
based on like Mike Cheese tweets, he's been having a harder time with it.
With the C1?
Yeah.
Having a hard time like getting it to work with some of his weird stuff or something?
Yeah, well, it's just like I don't know. It's just like running into like curious issues where, you know, it says when it goes in the game mode, like the whole TV is like making this like a buzzing sound. If you and like it's not like immediately apparent, but he had like put his head up, like he put his ear up to it, and he heard it.
Well, obviously his needs are a little different from mine. I mean, you know, I remember last year it sounded like every single HDMI 2.1 TV had some sort of error, and the C1 just didn't. The only thing was that weird 720p and 480p glitch if you have boost mode turned on. But otherwise, you know, everything is hunky dory on the C1 in my experience. Very much not so on the C2. But anyway, what I was saying though, at some point they made it so that you cannot make SDR content go as bright as HDR content. And like I feel like I say, I don't know for sure the SDR on the C7 is as bright as HDR. I mean, HDR is still worth using on the C7 because you don't want to set SDR to maximum brightness on the C7 because it's just everything is too bright, you know, without the information to describe what should be bright. I don't know how I feel about that jumping hamburger there. Why didn't you pick it up? It looked like hell.
I was probably like looking at the chat. I didn't see the jumping hamburger. You said you don't know how you feel about it.
I don't know how I feel about it, but I still feel you probably should have eaten it.
Yeah, I'm sure.
But anyway, I feel like it sounds to me like the appeal to the HDR mode on like RetroTink is that it essentially allows you to tap into a brighter brightness mode on your TV. But I feel like it's only necessary on the newer OLEDs because the older ones like didn't have that problem for SDR. So I'll be curious to try and see like how I feel. But the difference then is like on the C7 you couldn't use black frame insertion. And I feel like the main appeal of having the HDR mode for like the RetroTink is so that you could use black frame insertion without the picture getting, you know, that much darker. So,
right.
Because I feel like black frame insertion is most useful with retro or retro style content.
Mm-hmm. I mean, mine has it too. Like, I should use it. But it significantly, like makes it a lot darker. Not that it's like looks bad.
Yeah, well, it's a lot more accessible too through the menu on the D1 compared to the 8 that you have. There was a $10 super chat, 10 Canadian from Louis Martins.
Oh, thank you.
Saying, hey Coury, try double tap forward to run and press attack. Extra move. Have you been doing that?
Yeah. Because I was using the.
Like I was thinking like Blaze is like, ho ho,
right.
Is going forward.
Yeah.
Also, some doors and backgrounds can be open after beating all enemies on screen. Try other characters as well. Enjoy. So maybe there's like doors in the background that you should try going through after you defeat all enemies? Perhaps.
Do I gotta do something to this guy? He's like... He looks like a Dragon Ball. He looks like the Toxic Crusader, kind of. Or Toxic Avenger, rather. But he almost looks like a dragon, like...
Yeah, he looks like...
Whoever that
Piccolo.
one green... Who is it?
Isn't it... Piccolo's the green guy, right?
Like... I know almost nothing about Dragon Ball Z. Like it's
I know like some of the core cast. I mean, I watched some that a friend recorded off of TV. That's mostly my frame of reference. It was the episodes
I think my first
surrounding the like last 3 minutes before the planet Namek blew up, but it takes place over like 3+ episodes or something. That's the main thing I know about Dragon Ball. There was also a $5 super chat from Mitch B. Thank you.
Thank you.
Saying this game feels like what happens if the Death Wish movies keep going into the future. Have you seen those? I have not.
I've only seen bits and pieces. It's Charles Bronson, I think, right? Well, there was like that remake with Bruce Willis that I think Eli Roth made, but I didn't see it. I don't think a lot of people did.
Cloud FF7 2000 says all you need to know is that you need to be a better dad than Goku. That's all you need to know about Dragon Ball.
Good to know.
This is interesting. Like I can't tell exactly what it looks like without the compression, but like I guess this is like supposed to be like a Blade Runner-esque like giant monitor or something.
Yeah, I think it's like a big giant electronic billboard.
Yeah, like my first thought was like it looked like printer dots.
Yeah,
it's an interesting effect. I wonder if that effect would translate at all to composite.
I bet it does.
Or if it actually looks more authentic in composite. that was definitely an interesting effect, though.
I saw someone say there's like a lot of different paths you can take. I don't know what these cards I'm getting are. Like they're like little credit cards. Like I assume that they're money, but I don't know what I use them for.
Or maybe they're just like unlockables that you can view in the menu later or something.
Maybe. I'm not drinking a Happy Dad tonight.
Well, I didn't know Happy Dad was whiskey.
It's not.
Oh, there's Pine Pot.
It's not. It's just like a Pine Pot.
Oh, you missed it. I feel like you're missing so many things.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't know.
The P, the second P was on the sign was burnt out.
Oh.
So it was Pine Ot.
No, the Happy Dad was like a seltzer type thing.
Pixel Phoenix is asking, try when playing Live Alive, whatever you're supposed to say. I like saying Live.
I feel like anytime you say Live Alive, like no matter who it is, they have to say or Live a Live or however you say it. Like every person who says it, who like talks about the game, will pronounce it both ways and then say however you say it. Right?
There's no other way to talk about the game.
Yeah.
This is the obligatory prelude to discussing Live Alive or Live Alive or Live a Live
or however you say it.
Or however you say it. I mean, technically the second live is backwards, so it could be live evil. But asking when playing Live Alive on C1, have you noticed input delay is increased on the Switch when in boost mode? It certainly feels that way to me, but without a time sleuth, I can't be 100% sure. And honestly, even with a time sleuth, you wouldn't be able to tell for the Switch specifically, because you can't like route the time sleuth through the Switch. But I tested it on 1080p, and the boost mode was like 2-3 milliseconds, and non-boost mode was like 9 milliseconds. The difference between those you're not likely to notice unless you're like also doing a lot of heavy input lag type stuff. I don't know. That's strange. That doesn't jive with the numbers. To be honest, I almost never turn on boost mode. Not because I don't trust it or anything, but mostly out of laziness, mostly out of the fact that if I do turn on boost mode, then I can't use black frame insertion. Stuff like that. I should probably use boost mode more than I do, but I'm usually lazy about it and don't turn it on. Yeah, I did not notice that. I played on standard mode through the whole game. So yeah, I beat it. I beat it Friday. Yeah, Friday.
What was your complete time on that?
Well, it ended up being a little longer than I thought it would be. The last 2 chapters, there's 2 chapters after you complete all the content that's available when the game starts. All of that took me about 18 hours.
That's that just really makes me happy.
But then there are 2 more chapters, and my final time was 27.
But that's totally fine.
Yeah. So they were longer than I expected. I was actually at my parents' over the weekend, and when I was playing Live Alive on Friday, it was after lunch, and my dad wanted to do something. I was like, oh well, I think I'm in the final hours of this game, so maybe when I finish this. It ended up taking a lot. I was thinking it was gonna be 3 more hours, but it ended up taking me quite a bit more. But yeah, it was. But actually, my Switch actually says that I spent 30 hours or more. Where it says how long have you played the game?
Right.
My Switch actually says I've played it for 30 hours. So, part of that could be just for one, I kind of screwed up getting like a proper ending at first.
Oh.
There was something that I didn't realize I needed to do. And there were also multiple optional dungeons in the final chapter that I felt compelled to do, or at least I felt compelled to do the ones that I found.
Yeah.
Which
That's
were
cool,
the
though.
ones that like you can get like the ultimate weapons for like. No, I shouldn't say, but yeah. So there was one small thing that I didn't do, and if you don't do that, then you kind of don't really get a proper ending. So. So I did end up going back and just putting a teeny bit more time into it to get that. So, oh wow, I'm missing a couple of super chats here. All of a sudden, we got a few here. There was a $2 super chat from Joshua Helmke. Thank you.
Thank you.
So, no, guys, it's pronounced wise. Wise.
Why? I hope I didn't accidentally put this on easy. I'm pretty sure, like, I hope I didn't accidentally put this, like, select easy. I'm pretty sure that I left it on.
So it's been pretty easy, huh?
It has not been that difficult.
Oh, there's also from Luis Martinez again.
Oh.
$5 Canadian super. Thank you.
Thank you.
Saying hit background doors, they will shake. Go will appear, then go back to those doors and break them.
All right.
So try hitting some of the background doors and seeing if something can open up sometime. Then there's a very important 2-pound question from JL saying, live alive or live alive or Rabbit Mondieu? I think the correct answer is obviously Rabbit Mondieu. Which is...
How could it not be, I guess, right?
That is one of my favorite video game titles ever. Rabbit Mondieu. Like, that was just one of those things, like, the day after that stream, like, I was just, like, saying it out loud to myself, like, just constantly. Like, I just
Look at that bowl of, like,
So
ramen
fun to
just,
say.
like, spinning. It can't stop spinning. It, like, landed so perfectly.
Oh, wow.
It's going to be
Very
spinning
impressive.
into infinity.
It's a little green. I don't know. I mean, I guess it could have, like, a green curry in it.
Yeah. I mean, it's the future.
Rabbit Mondieu. I want one last 2 Canadian from Lewis Martins.
Thank you.
Hi guys, thanks for playing the game.
Oh, it says retracted. That's weird.
Sorry, maybe I shouldn't have said it out loud. But good night to you regardless.
Like, can you hear,
Retirement
like, the people
place.
stomping around? You can hear my kids stomping around constantly above me. I'm not sure if anybody else can hear it through the microphone, but I feel like it's really loud.
Jeremy Farbman said Rabbit Mondieu, Satan's counterattack.
So is that the Game Boy version? Or the Game Boy Color version, right?
What's the Game Boy Quest?
Right, the Game Boy Color Quest game, right? That's like the Japanese subtitle for it.
Right. Well, there's actually like a.
Is that
there's
the
at
first
least
one?
There's a puzzle game too. Puzzle Quest game.
Okay.
And I'm trying to think if there is something else too. There was a good reminder from Madonna Cheehee with a $1.99 super chat saying, "You got to catch that bird to get the goodle." What was that? What it was called? The exact,
goodle, yeah.
The exact word is kind of faded from my mind. I like the idea that it could devolve into Goodle, whether that was or was not.
I'm pretty sure it was the Goodle.
The Goodle. I guess it's fair to get that Goodle. Then there was a follow-up to today from Lewis Martin saying, "Enjoy your live, guys," or was it live, or is it live? And yes, the game. Ha ha ha. Ha 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 ha.
I just hope I didn't accidentally put it on like easy. I'm pretty sure that it's on hard. Maybe it's like, is it like?
Maybe it gets really hard later.
Maybe. I mean, I don't know how long it is.
I have no clue. I honestly had no idea really that it was like this like sort of future like Blade Runner-esque aesthetic.
Oh.
I did not know that much about it. Like I watched the GameSack review of it, but
it's been a while now.
It's been a while, and obviously some specifics didn't sink in.
Okay, so the arcade version or arcade mode is not as hard. Okay, well that's fine though.
Oh, arcade mode's not as hard as what?
Is original, I guess. I wonder if original like has a story to it.
Maybe. I was actually glad that we ended up playing Turtles on arcade mode instead of story mode. But
yeah, me too.
Now that gives me reason to like, I'll be like, oh, like I want to play story mode when I get my physical copy.
So is she like holding her stomach because I'm so close to like being dead?
Oh, maybe.
Or is it because I have too many of those pills? Like I haven't ooh, that burger, I saw it hopping. I saw that burger hopping.
PM Fiera says original mode is the free roaming mode. You can claim territory. And Ace 39 says original has more options on direction.
Huh.
So I guess this is a little bit more of a straightforward mode, perhaps.
So did anybody in the chat watch that that Predator movie? The new Predator movie that came out came out directly to like Hulu called Prey. Are you familiar with this, Try?
It's not. No, it's not called Predator. It's called Prey. Like like the video games Prey.
Yeah, it's like totally like really good. It takes place in it takes place in 1712.
Oh, okay.
So I mean, basically doing what they had hinted at with the second movie. If you remember at the end of the second movie when he like gives him that, like the Predator like doesn't kill himself, he like gives him that gun, like from like this old pistol from like the 1700s.
Oh.
So I mean that's basically like they've never really done anything like that, which is essentially, and it's like basically what everybody wanted. It's just like, like have different like eras of people like fighting the Predator, because that's like the whole thing, like are they like strong enough to like to win? And that's like the whole thing, that's always been the whole thing with the Predator. Like they hunt you, and if you can best them, then they like respect it, But if you, I totally recommend it. It was pretty good. It's like about like Comanche Indians like fighting one. But it's kind of a younger Predator, and you get the impression that like it doesn't really know what it's supposed to be hunting on Earth. It's like not there to hunt people really at first, at least. It's they're only trying to find out what is the what's like the strongest thing for it to try to hunt. So it starts out with like a snake, And then, you know, before like a certain fight starts like killing people, you like see it fight like a grizzly bear. It's pretty cool. Like some of the animals
again?
On Hulu.
Do you have to have a subscription to watch it?
Yeah.
Interesting. No, I had no idea about that.
Yeah, I mean, I'm surprised they didn't go to theaters. Like they just made a decision at some point to just send it to theaters, and or not to send to streaming instead. But it was cool. It was cool. It was directed by the guy. What did he do? He did like the second Cloverfield movie. If you ever saw that one, the one when
I really like that one.
The one where like the when they're in the underground bunker.
Yeah. With the John Goodman.
Yeah. So did you know that guy? That guy. Like, he's the guy who, like, he got noticed because he directed that Portal short film.
That sounds vaguely familiar, but I don't really remember. I saw someone in the chat said that they know the director.
Dan Trachtenberg. So, yeah, see, that's the thing. Like, I didn't even watch the trailer for Prey, so it was completely like I did not know what to expect. I just saw some people saying like, "Hey, it's really good."
I've only seen the first two, and I did not. Weirdly enough, I know this is terrible, but I saw the second one first.
Predator 2?
Yeah, and I didn't like it.
Oh, really? See,
I know you've always defended.
I'm kind of a big defender, and the thing is about Predator 2 is like the cast in it is like crazy. It's like it's actually on Hulu, so I was watching some of it last night, and there's a lot of stuff in it that I feel like doesn't look very good. But you know, it's got like Bill, like a young like post, like Aliens Bill Paxton in it, and it's got like a crazy like Gary Busey in it. Like I think it's like a pre Point Blank or Point Break Gary Busey. And he's just like super crazy in it. So like I don't know, like it's interesting. It's like I mean I liked it along, like, you know, when I saw it in the theater, but I have, you know, I watched it last night, but I fell asleep. So I intend to like revisit the whole thing.
Dementium wants to know what's the difference between Crazy Gary Busey and Gary Busey.
Yeah,
I saw Point Break for the first time sometime in the past year.
Wait, the original?
Yeah.
I never saw that remake. No, the original is really good.
Yeah, I was really surprised. I was like, wow, this is actually really good. I was not quite expecting it, but yeah, it was really good.
Keanu Reeves is so interesting. Like, he's had such an interesting career because, like, you know, I think that a lot of people for the longest time just said, oh, he's a really terrible actor, and like Keanu Reeves.
Oh, yeah.
For a long time, people like really said that he was just like a terrible actor. Yeah. But he just kept on, you know, like getting roles in like all these like really, really good movies. Mm-hmm. You know, just like the stuff that
like everyone loves him.
Yeah. Exactly.
I mean, I think a lot of that is like, I mean, people say he's like the nicest person in Hollywood or something. So that might have something to do with it.
But yeah, I mean, he's just been in some really, really good stuff. You know, he's been very lucky, I guess. But at the same time, you know, he's just like picked the right things. I like that the robots' names are just like a barcode.
That is pretty good. There was I can't believe I actually caught this, a $2 Yo-Yo Yoshio.
Oh.
Thank you. Saying, so annoyed I missed the Billy Hatcher stream. Hope you guys enjoyed it. It's definitely one of Sonic Team's best Yeah, okay. Anyway, oh, I didn't quite string that together correctly. It's definitely one of Sonic Team's best. Yeah, okay. Anyway, hope you guys are all right or all left. Yeah, all right, all left. All left. Sorry, I stumbled over that one a little bit.
The music is really good in this. I feel maybe it's different in the original. I mean, it feels like gameplay wise, there's not a lot going on, and in a way that's kind of refreshing. Like there's not like a million things to worry about.
I'm kind of into these like jumbo pixel sized foreground.
Yeah. Is there a super chat from Pixel Phoenix? 'Cause Pixel Phoenix is saying there's a super chat.
There was at the start of the stream, just saying, hope you fellas are having a great weekend. Which I am 90% sure I read.
But yeah, I mean, Point Break.
Another one.
Point Break is good.
Yeah,
it's like it is much better than you would think that a movie about bank robber surfers would be.
Yes. I did actually like just channel surfing in college. Like, I did stumble upon it. Like the main chase scene with like
through the alleyway.
The guy's wearing the mask and like throws the dog.
Yeah.
Like, and then like running into that just like completely out of context. Like, me and my roommate were just like, what on earth is this? Then somehow years later I figured out, you know what? It was probably Hot Fuzz, actually. Where I was like, oh, that was that crazy movie that I randomly stumbled upon for a few minutes freshman year in college.
The first one is directed. The original is directed by I think it's Catherine Bigelow, right?
Yeah, who has done other things.
She did Strange Days. If you ever saw that.
Huh?
Strange Days.
No, I'm not familiar with that.
But she was married to James Cameron for a long time. I don't know if they still are. I don't think so, at least.
I mean, Hollywood people, you can probably assume are not.
Yeah. Jeez, they're like going crazy up there. Like, it literally sounds like they're just jumping off from the top of the furniture. And, like, it's saying, like, let's be as loud as we can so that it bothers. So it sounds really loud for Dad down there. I like you get this kind of, like, this mech armor here.
That is interesting, like... Just the top part of a mech.
Oh, James Cameron wrote Point Blank. Or, I keep on calling it Point Blank. I don't know why. Point Break. So I guess that makes sense. Look at this. He's riding this dude around.
Oh, there was a $10 super chat from Joshua Helmicke. Thank you.
Thank you.
Saying the real Keanu doesn't show himself on screen. He's a genuinely good person with a deep mind and an open heart. His life has not allowed him to be as naive as his on-screen characters would suggest.
Yeah, that was like a big thing, right? Like he's just like was like well known for being like really nice.
Yeah. But you know, he does, like, especially in a lot of his earlier movies, have maybe a little bit of a flat personality. But, I mean, I guess it's, you know, he's a quiet sort of guy.
Yeah.
At least on camera.
See, that looks like something I'd be like on too.
I feel like a lot of the areas in it, like there are like a lot of different backgrounds, but like in some ways it's like I can barely tell like are we in the same level? Like, where you know, where does, like, I mean, are there clear divisions of levels? Or...
Yes, yeah.
Okay.
I mean, I have no idea like how far I'm in.
Like, these background elements weren't there, of course, in like the first level or nothing, but like, you know, it's still not quite like Streets of Rage, where it's like, oh, now
it's very distinct. This is not. It does not feel like very distinct.
We're going into the baseball stadium. We're on a ship now. You know.
Yeah.
We're on the boardwalk.
Yeah. This a lot of the levels just basically feel like one big long level.
Yeah. But it looks, you know, it actually looks pretty solid though.
Yeah.
Like it does look fun to play.
There we go. That guy, his death scream was pretty intense. He was like, "Ooh." But this guy right here, look at this. Look at this guy.
I'll wait to see. Well, now this is a pretty cool set.
Yeah.
Oh wow, there's actual like text here. I don't remember seeing that earlier.
There hasn't been. I think it's hilarious. That guy looks like awesome though. He's like super ripped, but he's got like white hair and a white beard, and smoking a cigarette. Arm. Yeah, and a robot arm, and just you know, smoking cigarettes. He looks. This guy looks awesome. I can't get over how cool he looks.
Is he who you want to be when?
Yeah.
When you're
look at him.
60 years
look
old?
At this guy. Look at him. He's like a super jacked like Dr. Light. Right? Wait till you see him when he turns around.
Yeah. He's even got the red pants like Dr. Light.
Right? He looks so cool.
That's what Drum said. He wants to be in like most like character creator games.
This is Dr. Light.
Like in Guild Wars 2, he basically made buff Dr. Light.
Well, maybe.
He's like, well, I want to be that because he you know, I recently played Dragon's Dogma and he started playing it too. I haven't seen his character, but he said that's what he wanted to make. And he was like thinking about just like making that his go-to going forward. Is just make buff Dr. Light as your creative character.
Oh.
So are you at the start of the level? That was your first game over, yeah?
Yeah, it was my first game over.
Was there an indication that you
well, there's no 0th life in this, it looks like.
There is no 0th life?
No.
But was there an indication of a limit to your continues?
I did not notice any. I just walk up to it, I guess. I don't have to hit it. I appreciate that it lets you keep your weapons, like, in between scenes. Most brawlers don't let you do it. Like, they just, like, flip out of your hand or you drop them or something. Cyberpunk Geese Howard. He should be an unlockable character.
Who?
That boss.
Oh, yeah, he should be. The cyberpunk Jim Gordon.
Yeah. Ooh, that door opens. That door is shaken.
We have like two sort of two conflicting opinions here, with Shapey Fiend saying this game looks good till you see it in motion, truly horrible animations, and then Blink says, "Am I the only one who thinks this looks incredible?" I mean, I can definitely see both perspectives. I mean, I don't think the animations are that bad, but sometimes there is something a little off, and I think what it is for me, like, I find like a lot of new Genesis games don't look authentically Genesis styled to me. Like,
yeah, I understand that.
Like this gets closer than a lot of them, but like sometimes there's just this vibe like this does not feel like a game that would have actually come out that way, you know?
Right.
Like I get a lot of that vibe when I look, like, for example, I can't remember what the name was, but that first game that Joe looked at in the episode today, it was like this game with like gravity flipping platforming and shooter segments and stuff. Like, but something about like just the sprite style did not feel Genesis. Like, I might have believed like maybe like PC Engine or something, because sometimes PC Engine has like a lot of weird styled sprites in some games that don't necessarily feel like sprite styles that you see on other systems. But like Genesis, like, I don't know, in some ways it didn't feel authentic in that sense. I don't know, like, I mean, it's kind of unfair, I guess, but like I have this tendency to feel like if I see a game that is supposed to be representing like hardware, a certain piece of hardware like the Sega Genesis, like I want it to feel like it could have come out back in the day.
Right, and you know, like I can understand that to an extent, but I think that we've like moved beyond that at this point. Like they're not trying to like make it feel like it came out.
I guess
it's more like,
I guess, but since I like never really got onto like the homebrew bandwagon too much, like it, I guess it kind of left me behind in that sense. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like when you look at something like Blazing Chrome, even though it's not made on Genesis hardware, like it feels very authentic to the art style that you would have expected to see on a Genesis. Just like the sprite designs and the enemy designs and the background designs feels honest to like the, you know, the 90s game aesthetic that it was going for.
Right.
You know, in games like that, I think it's okay to cheat. like it's okay to have like an NES styled game that has, you know, impossible parallax or numbers of enemies on screen. That's fine. But like I still like the art style to feel like, you know, something that someone might have created back at that time.
The music, I think, is pretty good. I'm not sure if it just like is the same songs over and over again, but just in general, it's pretty good.
Yeah. Well, I like how the enemies that fly, like have the same color as Shadow as their like jets.
I don't know if I'm supposed to kill this guy or not. Oh, that's the guy I can get on his back. The roller blades. It's just interesting because some of the enemies are just like, they're not even like palette swaps. They're just like gray versions. Like they're like zombie versions or something.
Brandon Wallace says, even though this game is 100% running on Sega Genesis, is still getting help from the FPGA on the cart.
Right.
You know, I don't know to what extent like you can offload tasks to cart processing on the Genesis, but you know, this is actually going to sort of tangentially come up in like Frontiers Part 4. You know, it's my understanding that the way that, you know, all the signals are routed on NES, like apparently more signals like go in and out of the cartridge than any other system, like other than maybe Neo Geo. And so like you can basically render, in theory, if you wanted to have just some super crazy helper chip, you could, supposedly, in theory, like make almost the entire game run off of something inside the cartridge slot on NES. Although I'm sure you'd be restricted to, you'd still be restricted to, you know, like the color palette limitations and resolution limitations. I mean, wasn't there like was it NES that someone did like a demo that was like running like a video from Star Trek or something on NES?
Yeah, now that you mentioned that.
Cool a while back.
Yeah, but I don't remember what it was. It sounds familiar, but I don't remember at all what it was. Maybe Chavez would know.
Hades Hot Gun says most people probably don't want a truly retro game so much as a game that evokes nostalgia for a specific era while maintaining modern quality of life standards. And see, that's I think where like I sort of struggle with a lot of retro themed games, is because like for a lot of people a as you remember it retro is good enough. But for me, I'm living retro, right? Like I'm still buying games that are new to me for retro systems. I'm still, you know, playing through them and trying to beat them. And I like to play by the official rules. You know, I'm not really like a, play with like a quality of life hack kind of guy, which I'm not saying there's anything wrong with that. That's just not how I personally prefer to play. I like to play by vanilla rules, you know, warts and all. Like I want to experience the game as it is. Mm-hmm. And I think sometimes those quality of life things, even in like a newer retro themed game, sometimes still kind of, I don't know, it kind of rings hollow for me sometimes. But then sometimes the blending of retro with new ideas just like comes together to be something beautiful too. So, you know, it's not all one way or the other for me, but you know, sometimes I can be a little critical or uncertain about elements like that. Have either of us pre-ordered Rendering Ranger from Limited Run?
It's the cartridge.
The cartridge, yeah. I mean, I'd rather wait for a carbon version of that. Just because, again, you know, that I've said it before, but like my whole hang up is I like to, even though like yes, it is a Super Nintendo game, and Carbon Engine would be emulation, like from a collection standpoint, the Super Nintendo cartridge, yes, it's properly licensed and everything by the rights holder of the game, but it is not a Nintendo cartridge. It's not a cartridge that Nintendo will put their official seal of quality on. And a Nintendo Switch cartridge or a PlayStation 4 disc or whatever is an official.
I love his death sound.
Cartridge. Or you know, an official PlayStation disc.
There he goes.
That was a little stilted and awkward, the way that he like goes over there. But whatever, he was pretty cool.
I mean, there's I used to be like really into getting like repros and stuff, but now I generally don't. And like I did make an exception though for the Mega Man collection, or like the Mega Man Wily Wars.
Wily Wars, yeah, that makes sense.
Because that's like it's officially licensed, and also like that got a U.S. release on Sega Channel, but it was just kind of cool to have that cartridge.
Mm-hmm.
I almost played that tonight. The End.
Yeah, the only one that I can think of that I bought was Shabibin Man Zero, which is apparently a really badly made cart. Oh wait, did you beat it?
I think so. It said The End with a question mark though.
Huh. Oh, I saw Lewis Martin's on the credits here. That must be
he did the artwork.
Watching the stream earlier.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, he's the one who gave me this version.
Oh. Oh. I was a little lost.
Yeah.
So Audie got it via him, and which ended up in your hands.
Yes. Because he messaged me on Twitter and said, you know, like you should try to get your copy replaced.
Oh, okay.
If not, like he
was
said,
in Canada, so
yes,
that's probably I see.
He said if you don't get your like replacement version, then I have some coming, just like because I worked on the game, and I'll give you one of mine. So if I end up getting a replacement copy, I will pay it forward.
Ah.
You know, because I submitted for like a replacement, and it said I was going to get one, but every 6 months or something like that, I'll get a message saying the status of your order has changed, but it hasn't.
There was $5 super chat from Eric Schussler. Thank you.
Thank you.
Saying, recently bought the 8-bit build mod kit for the PS Classic controller, making a Bluetooth controller. Now my go-to vintage gaming controller. So comfy. Interesting. I didn't know they made them for the PS Classic controllers.
I see. So look at, he must have played through everything here. That's why he has like everything must be unlocked, because he has a completed slot here. Let's try this. We'll try Tug this time. Tug.
Yeah, you know, I've been frustrated that, you know, at least the last time I tried using the PS Classic controller, like via USB on Mister, it didn't work on it. I'm not sure if like there's much of anything you can do with the PS1 controller, like as it is. But I agree. I would love to use that controller on Mister if I could.
Oh, is it? Wait, I'm sorry that I missed it. Is it now? Was it not compatible before, or is it now?
I don't know, but I was just commenting on it that last time I tried using that controller on Mister, it didn't work.
Oh, okay.
And I'm not really sure if it uses it probably doesn't use like a standard protocol or anything, I'm guessing. But
I'm
Eric
sure
Schussler
it works
was saying
now.
That he recently bought the 8-bit Do mod kit for the PS Classic controller.
Oh, okay.
Bluetooth controller.
Right. I see.
Does that but there's no receiver for PS1 specifically, is there?
Well, there's the Brook one. I wonder if it works with the Brook. It might.
I wonder.
But I use the DualShock 3 with that. But I know that Brook has like a version 2 coming out of that receiver. It's not like on a dongle or anything. It looks like an actual receiver that just like is not gigantic.
You know, it's weird. You know, I've been using the PS3 a bit lately, and for you know, for a upcoming unannounced collaboration, and you know, like I've been jumping back and forth between recording some things on PS3 and Xbox 360, and you know, I've always felt like the Xbox 360 controller is rather overrated. Even with the transforming D-pad, which I have, but man, like lately, all of a sudden, like I'm finally kind of like, man, like don't like the feel of the PS3 controller very much.
I mean, but it feels like a PS2 controller. It feels, I mean, it's just like slightly lighter than...
Yeah, the PS2 controller. The PS2 controllers like somehow feel more robust to me. Like, I don't know, something about the plastic just feels like kind of comparatively weak or something on the PS3 controller. I mean, obviously, R2 and L2 were never good on the PS3 controller. Those were always bad. I mean, tolerable enough, but bad. And the sticks are very loose.
Yes, yeah.
Very loose. Like, they just do not have the ideal level of tension on them at all. They're probably the loosest sticks I can think of, to be honest.
Looks like there's a couple of super chats there.
Yeah, there was $5 Canadian from Buddy Scotch.
Oh, thank you.
Finally got my hands on Neo Geo Pocket Color game suggestions.
Metal Slug Second Mission.
Yeah.
And of course, like the
first mission is good too. First mission is cheap. Second mission
is not
as cheap.
Right.
You know, Neo Turf Masters is cheap, I think. I say that because I have it. I have 2 Neo Geo Pocket games,
but no system.
Neo Geo Pocket. Mostly got them in anticipation of an Analog Pocket. Thing. I've got Metal Slug, the first one, and
that the SNK versus Capcom is definitely
delicious.
Chicken.
Yeah, there's that. What's that game that's on the Neo Geo Pocket collection? That's like that overhead, like vampire or zombie shooting game or something. I forget what it's called, but it seems interesting. Like one of the relatively few like games that aren't in game. But yeah, the Metal Slug games are definitely quite solid.
Yeah, the Sonic game's pretty good too.
Huh?
The Sonic game's pretty good.
Huh? There was also a $10 super chat from EB Chill too. Thank you.
Thank you.
Saying, looking forward to your future collaboration that might or might not have been leaked yesterday. Oh, I'm very curious. What? I mean, why don't you just say? Why don't you just say what it was? And I may or may not confirm. Or give me the context of the leak. Like where or how was it leaked? If so. Oh, Rummy Raisin is saying Dark Arms. That was the name of the game. Yeah. Seems that I've not played more than like 5 or so minutes of it, but it seemed interesting. Lucas says, "I want the Neo Geo Pocket D-pad on every controller I pick up." Is it a?
It's a stick. It's a micro switch stick. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Oh, EB Chill 2 is saying DF Direct, so it must have been the early drop of DF Direct. I guess John talks about it in the content section.
Oh.
So if it was on DF Direct, then it is true.
Oh, cool! I'm gonna go up. Continue.
Yeah, Corey and I are both presently working on different episodes with John right now for DF Direct. It's so yeah, that's that's been pretty fun.
And the before anybody gets scared, like the the memory card episode is coming along very nicely.
Yeah, it sounded like it was.
Yeah. I spent a bunch of time like earlier in the year, like kind of creating what is like essentially like an online archive of our B-roll and gameplay video that we've like amassed over the years, so that we can both access it and reuse a lot of the stuff that is the stuff that's just like hard to reshoot, or like if we just need footage of certain things, like it takes a bunch of time to like redo that, like to re-record it. So I've been backing up a lot of stuff for like a couple of years now. I had like put on like 3 5-terabyte external drives, and I recently, I guess it was probably back at the beginning of the summer, I upgraded the NAS that we use, and then I put a bunch of hard drives in it, and I spent a ton of time like organizing all this stuff, like separating it all out by like system and like video signal. Mm-hmm. Or if it's like been shot like off screen, or if it's like off of a TV or something like that. It's cool. Like will save a lot of time. The idea is for it to just save us a lot of time.
Related to the memory card episode, Pixel Phoenix was asking, how about that upcoming Memory Card Pro 2? This is news to me. I've been in the dark on this. Are you aware of this?
Yeah, I mean, it's been shown on their Twitter, and they also have a GameCube version coming.
Oh, interesting.
GameCube. Oh, what just happened?
Did the game crash or something?
No, I just like. I don't know. He got sick.
Oh. So the Memory Card Pro 2.
I mean, yeah. I mean, that's exciting. It's exciting, but as far as it seems as though it's like a ways off, because like the the photo that they shared was like a bunch of wires going into a memory card port. But the GameCube one seemed like it was like could be a lot sooner. Will probably happen first, I'm guessing.
Yeah, that's I mean, I'm not too excited about a GameCube one because I mean I feel like I'm pretty good on GameCube space, especially after
we got one of like that.
I just found an authentic white memory card. I can't remember the number. It was 1019 or whatever. I bought one of those back when they first came out, but it's you know, it holds so much. You know, like I feel like the needs of like GameCube games in terms of save space is not as much as like PS2 games.
Right.
At least it seems that way. So like PS2, well, yes, I very much need a card like that. GameCube, I'm less in need of something like that. There was a 199 from Madonna Shivi, thank you, saying has Sandy, Nelly, or Sophia been in any MLiG video? Sandy makes cameos from time to time.
Yeah. Nelly
Sophia
was in Sophia, like I don't know, she may have.
She's been definitely been in videos a time or two.
Yeah.
What she wasn't she at the beginning of your? Well, she and Nelly were both in at the beginning of the games we played in 2021, right?
Yeah. Where they're like, I think they're like chasing each other.
Yeah.
Or Nelly is like doing something.
Yeah. Sandy has definitely been no stranger to MLiG videos. Like I can't think off the top of my head what all episodes she's been in, but she's definitely made cameos. You know, one of my favorite cameos she's made is actually the Final Fantasy 14 video that I did for Digital Foundry, and she's just like kind of in the background. It, like at the very beginning, like the first time I appear on camera, and I had no idea she was behind me, and I have like the game on in the background, and you can see like, you know, because it's you know, they're an online game, there's people running around. Sandy really likes like MMOs, like where you have like the camera is just stationary and then you'll see player characters running around. She really likes watching them. Do people watching, if you want to say. And there was that dancing hamburger that you didn't.
Yeah.
And she's in the background watching the characters go by, and you can see her at one point, like as one like runs across the screen, she like jumps the other way and kind of follows them. That's pretty good if you need a little dose of Sandy. Look up the Final Fantasy 14 Digital Foundry video. Sandy's over there with her eyes closed. Well, now that I said her name, she's looking at me.
Nelly gets a haircut this week. She's pretty excited about it. Yeah.
I thought you y'all were gonna learn to do it yourselves since you had that bad experience.
Yeah. she went to, we got her back into like the good place, and it's just easier to take her there, and she has.
Okay. So that place that was like cutting down on client.
Yeah, we were able to get another one and got everything like, you know, got her. Like the mess that PetSmart did, got it all cleared up. And now she's like going again. Although she was supposed to go on Thursday, and they pushed it back a couple days. Or a week, I guess, almost.
Shadow Mask wants to know if you've introduced your dog to Pootie yet.
They've seen each other. I think Pootie is like... I haven't seen Pootie in a long time.
I think Pootie's okay.
I mean, Pootie he's older.
Yeah.
I mean, it's entirely possible that Pootie, like, may have died. But I haven't seen, I mean, I haven't seen Pootie in a long time. Doesn't get yelled at like he used to, that's for sure.
Pootie was...
This is the neighbor's dog.
The neighbor's dog. And Coury used to always joke about how you know, he hears them go, Pootie! Pootie, get over here!
Pootie! Like,
Pootie!
just, like yelling at him, like constantly. And he's like 16.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so he's
quite old.
Yeah. But he's like, Pootie! Like when he's like literally right next to him, like yelling, Pootie! Pootie!
Is this the same neighbor that works at Gorilla Tape?
No. You know, I mentioned to my wife, I said, you know, I was talking about how, so apparently 2 people on my street like work at Gorilla Tape, are like, are high up, and I'm like, I said, you know, we were talking about Gorilla Tape because like we were like, I should see if they want to do a sponsorship. Like maybe they have other stuff that can be like game room stuff. Maybe. Like I don't know what all their equipment stuff is. Or that stuff that they sell, like the equipment, like if they actually sell any equipment, or if they sell like, I mean, just like I'm thinking of like Wall Control, like sells all kinds of stuff.
Yeah.
And I wonder if they like have anything that's like that. Like not like Wall Control, but like, you know what I mean, whatever. And I said we should ask them if they want to do a sponsorship or something. And she's like, why would you do that? I mean, I was like, well, because maybe they'd be interested in that, you know?
Might make money.
Yeah. We can talk about Gorilla Tape, and we can talk about how ridiculously strong it is. So what does it say? Is that what it says? Ridiculously
incredibly strong.
Incredibly strong. the Gorilla Tape. I don't know. Like maybe they would see some value in that.
Mike Stoner's asking if you've seen the VMU 2 that's being worked on. I did hear something about it, but
I saw something about that. I did see somebody on Twitter though, like posted a schematic for a possible like RAM replacement for the Saturn. They would just like put the 4-mag RAM cart inside the system.
Oh.
They could just like have it.
That sounds a little. Is that necessary?
Well, if you're using, the thing is, like, if you're using the RAM cart, you can't use the save cart.
Okay.
And that would just like be nice to leave the save cart in the cart slot all the time and not have to worry about it. You know what I mean?
I guess.
Just think about all those milliseconds you could save by not having to swap them out.
I can't say it gets me excited.
Yeah, you'd have more time to play with your toys then. I always say that because there's like an old SNL skit.
Oh, I thought that was a GameSack thing.
No, it's like an old SNL skit where, at least what I think of when I hear it, is like an old SNL skit where it's all about like abbreviating like every single word that you say, and then it's like, I don't know, it's just it's stupid and like worthless, like to like shorten like every single word in a sentence. But now, and then Chris Farley says, now I have more time to play with my toys.
They should make Donkey Kong Limited Edition Gorilla Tape.
Yeah.
Or Permanent Edition Gorilla Tape.
Yeah.
Like, think of all the shelf space they could get in GameStop.
Yeah, I wonder if that's even come up.
I mean, surely.
Surely they've pitched it. Maybe they haven't. Maybe they've just never even thought about it. And maybe I could tell them that they should do that.
I mean, for some reason, I just have a hard time imagining Donkey Kong's face just on that deadpan gorilla face. Just saying, incredibly strong.
And then what does it say? Like 100% something, 100% powerful or something like that.
I don't remember. Shoe 172 says, question from Europe. What's a gorilla tape? I mean,
it's just incredibly strong tape.
It's just tape.
Yeah.
And on the box it says incredibly strong.
Yeah, there's
and
like
apparently it is from Cincinnati, which is where Coury lives.
Yeah, I mean, like, not only do we have gorilla tape from here, but we also have Airheads.
Is Airheads like its own company, or is it like owned
I think
by,
so.
like, Nestle or whatever?
No, I think the Airheads are its own company. This guy's just like Showtime. It's like thicker duct tape with a much stronger lasting adhesives. Uh-oh.
Yeah, there's also Gorilla
Oh, there he
Glue.
is. There's also what? Oh, Gorilla Glue, yeah.
I feel like I've used Gorilla Glue, but I'm not sure if I've ever used Gorilla Glue. Frank Bohr says duct tape is so cliche in point-and-click adventures. But imagine what if they started having Gorilla Tape instead.
They should. I'll tell them.
Now that's an opportunity. Like, just need to call up. Need to call up Double Fine. Be like, hey, wanna make a deal? Make a brand deal? Get your Gorilla Tape in an Xbox game. Then we can have a bidding war between like whether Nintendo is going to sponsor Gorilla Tape with Donkey Kong, or Tim Schafer is going to make an adventure game with Gorilla Tape for Xbox. Who will win?
I understand this Gorilla Tape. We got a sponsorship that could explain it better. Oh man.
Chicken.
Corrito 1981 says, I saw a VHS tape about gorillas once. It was the Gorilla Tape.
It's my life in.
That's good.
Delicious.
Chicken.
I hope you're a dad, Corito, because that was grade A dad joke right there. There was $5 super chat from Shimmy Dimmy.
Oh, thank you.
Saying, I once used Gorilla Tape to put back together a broken canoe on a week-long trip to Boundary Waters. I can attest to its strength. Well, I mean, that's impressive. I will never again doubt the incredibly strongness of Gorilla Tape. The incredible strength. Do you think that maybe, like, there could be a superhero that, like, falls into a vat of Gorilla Glue at the Gorilla Tape factory, and, like, that's how they become incredibly strong?
I think that's a good origin story.
Yeah.
I think that you're the only person who's ever thought of that origin story.
Well, you know, I mean, what can I say? You know, get us a sponsorship with Gorilla Tape. The ideas will keep coming.
Well, I should see if there's anything.
Fried Zombie 4 says apparently Airheads is the American arm of a Dutch/Italian conglomerate.
Oh,
Interesting.
I love it.
I mean, I have learned that a lot of candies or snacks that I didn't expect to be owned internationally are owned from, international companies like sometimes even things that might have started off in America like were bought by like a foreign company. So like the one I always think of is when I played Persona 4, there's like always the whole thing where like Kanji really wants to get the penguin animal crack. And I was like, are animal crackers a thing in Japan? Like really? This just doesn't seem like the kind of subject I would have expected to come up in a game taking place in Japan about animal crackers. And then it turns out that animal crackers are owned by a Japanese company.
Oh.
But I believe they came from the US first. But they were bought by a Japanese company. So they are very much a thing in Japan.
My kids were at their grandparents' last week. And they came home on Friday. And they had this huge Ziploc bag with all this like pieces of cookies and stuff in there, and I'm like, what is this? Like, it doesn't even look like anything. And like, oh, that used to be candy pizza. We made candy pizza.
What?
Or apparently candy pizza is like a gigantic cookie and you just put tons of candy on it. And you can, I guess, you could cut it into like pizza like slices. They made
I don't know if I like the idea of candy on baked sweets. Like those, for the most part, I think should be separate things.
I mean, it wasn't anything too crazy. It was like there's like some marshmallows and some like little pieces of Twizzlers.
Man,
some M&Ms.
Speaking of dessert type items, man, let me tell you, I don't know if this is an entirely unique invention in the history of the world, but my mom had the idea and just like made it up herself without like doing a recipe or anything. Just she was like, why couldn't you make snickerdoodle pudding? And she made snickerdoodle pudding, and it is like the best pudding I've ever had in my life. It's incredible.
Snickerdoodle.
She gave me a bowl full of it to take home and everything. It's great. So there's an idea for anyone out there who is looking for fresh dessert items. Try making snickerdoodle pudding instead of snickerdoodle cookies. Why not snickerdoodle pudding? I would say it might be even better than snickerdoodle cookies.
I feel like this is, I don't know how different this feels.
Michael's Workshop says snickerdoodle sounds like something Sandy makes in the yard.
Yeah.
I mean, you know what snickerdoodle is, right?
I mean, kinda. I mean, I know that I've had it. Like I know. Like it's like a.
It's a cookie.
Yeah.
It's like a cookie with like a. I don't know, cinnamon and butter or something.
Yeah. That's like most cookies.
Yeah,
like,
but like
it's like a cookie. It's got like, I think it used like flour in it.
No, like snickerdoodle. I mean, snickerdoodle cookies are like definitely like a distinctive thing. Like it's a certain like. It's like a certain texture and fluffiness with those ingredients.
And what's this? Like, what is he throwing? Like, what are those things? And he just blew himself up.
I'm going to look up on Wikipedia. Snickerdoodle. A snickerdoodle is a type of cookie made with flour, butter, or oil, sugar, salt, and rolled in cinnamon sugar. Eggs may also be sometimes used as an ingredient, with cream of tartar and baking soda added to leaven the dough. Snickerdoodles are characterized by a cracked surface and can be either crisp or soft, depending on the ingredients. Snickerdoodles are often referred to as sugar cookies. However, traditional sugar cookies are often rolled in white sugar, whereas snickerdoodles are rolled in a mixture of white sugar and cinnamon. I mean, it sounds really basic, but it's like, I feel it is a distinctive type of cookie, and they are really good.
So Kaylee Gamer is asking, so do we like PAPRIUM? It's okay. It's okay. I mean, I don't know if it's like does too much that. I mean, I don't know.
It's not like a next level brawler or nothing.
Yeah, it's not like,
you know, there's. I see some appealing qualities to it watching it here.
it's like on I want to say Tough Enough, but it's not. It's like on Rival Turf levels, I guess. Rival Turf. What's like some other ones? I have to get this off this thing, I guess.
Oh, Madonna Shihi wants to let you know that she is 21 hours into Yakuza 7.
That is, I mean, it definitely takes a while for it to really get going. I mean, the hook at the beginning of it is very, very good. It just, I don't know, like, it just took a while for it to really click with me. And I do want to play another game in the series, but you know, like we've talked about, like the length of it. It's like, oh, like I actually like don't mind. Like I should just like play it, but I have like other things that I feel that I want to finish first, because I was kind of getting into this groove of finishing stuff that I had started a long time ago.
Well, I mean, like I said, like the others are shorter. I mean, even 0, which before 7 was, from what I heard, the longest one. Like that's the only one I've played. And I was very much had the same kind of perspective. I was like, man, I really liked this. It was you know, it was good, but I was like, I don't know if I can play a whole bunch more of these. And then people were saying like, oh, like 0 is like by far the longest. But that was before Like a Dragon.
See, Alex Gavin's saying isn't every Yakuza game like 30 to 60 hours? And like 30 hours is fine. It's just like 60, 65.
Well, that's probably if you do everything though. Like if you just,
I don't know. I didn't do like
I bet some of the early ones are short-ish.
That's true.
Like so, I have Kiwami. Do I have Kiwami too?
See, come on. Like, I think the first several are probably.
I just have Kiwami 1. I have 0, Kiwami 1, and Like a Dragon.
Oh, really?
Like,
so, I have like every single game, except for the only thing I don't have is Lost Judgment.
Oh, really? So you've got pretty.
Strangely, like I got that remastered collection that has like 3, 4, and 5 in it.
Yeah, it's a series I've been slacking on getting games for. But I mean, I still want to like, I know that like Kiwami is probably a whole heck of a lot shorter, but I still kind of am intending for the next one I play to be Like a Dragon, just because like the concept of the RPG gameplay appeals to me a lot more than the brawler gameplay. Like the brawler stuff was fine in Zero, but
I was just like, could not get out of that.
I still feel like just the story and, you know, the mixture of super serious drama with the offbeat stuff was like kind of what I enjoyed the most about the game, more so than the actual combat or gameplay.
Oh, that's kind of annoying. I just looked over at the YouTube studio, because I have like the studio, and I popped out of the chat so I can like see it in this like on a different monitor. I looked over and it says now would be a good time to insert ads.
I just closed that window for me too. Yeah, I clicked that accidentally one time and inserted an ad, remember?
Well, it's like at the very beginning, right?
Yeah. I thought that, I think the reason I did was because I was like, oh, did I
insert ad for Gorilla Tape
or something? Like I thought I'd screwed up setting up the stream. Apparently.
I wonder how I bring in the second player, like how I have an AI-controlled partner. Maybe it's in the options.
Kento Zero is saying, insert ad for Gorilla Tape. You know what? I'm going to go on YouTube right now.
And see if they have any commercials.
I'm really curious, like, has Gorilla Tape ever done, like...
I'm sure they have.
TV or web commercials? Oh, here this. Oh, it looks pretty good. This looks pretty good.
I do have a Sega CD hooked up, and the ready light is on. But I wonder if I have to do something to make it like to appear, I guess. Is it actual?
This commercial has this guy like taping up a tarp on front of his windows with duct tape. But before a storm comes, and it's not going very well, and this gorilla just like walks up to him and he goes, "Oh, you scared me." And he dropped this duct tape with the gorilla heads of a roll of Gorilla Tape. He's like, "Oh, Gorilla Tape, of course."
That's gonna be a game over. Oh, there is a 0th life. I guess I was looking at the wrong number before.
You Gorilla Tape that? No, why? Gorilla Tape, of course.
Gorilla Tape is 3 times stronger for a hold that lasts.
Attaboy. Now, who wants a grass-fed burger?
Gorilla Tape for the toughest jobs on planet Earth.
Yes, it's your main man, JB.
It's Gorilla Tape
for the toughest jobs on Earth.
But maybe we should make the some
chicken
tape.
What is the special quality of chicken tape?
I don't know. It's probably that it's
Delicious.
that you can eat it too.
Like basically, like you could just wrap any food in chicken tape and then put wing sauce on it, and then like all food becomes chicken.
Yeah. It should be the tagline should be chicken tape.
That's good.
Chicken and biscuit. Like chicken and a biscuit, but tape. I like this robot is just like rolling around helping me. Oh, here we go. I don't know what these credit cards do. I feel like everything's unlocked, so it's like it doesn't even matter what I do. I don't really understand why sometimes like enemies are like chained up.
Chicken tape. It's extraordinary. Actually, it's excellent.
I have no idea what that voice like yells.
I mean, isn't that part of the enjoyment of voice in
Yes.
16-bit systems? Is like, I don't even know what that says, and then like making it up what you think it says.
Yeah. This is like I can't even make up anything. We're back here again.
Oh yeah, Mega X6 with a $5 super chat. Thank you. Saying just got back. I was like, he's playing Balrog from Street Fighter. You do kind of look like, I mean, I say this as a person who you know, that doesn't exactly have a ton of familiarity with Street Fighter characters, but I'm pretty sure, yeah, that basically is what I think Balrog is, I think.
His name is Tug. I forgot. I missed what this guy's name is. I wish that he was a playable character.
Yeah.
That is a missed opportunity, if you ask me.
I'm curious if this is going to be the last boss again.
Yeah, because I feel like it was nothing really changed.
So you're playing on the original mode now?
Yeah.
Did you change the difficulty level?
No, it's on hard still.
Okay, so you did confirm you were on hard.
Yes. This is my last life, so I don't want to.
GT Beakerman saying you took the same route.
I didn't mean to. Like he just like kind of walks over and he's like, oh.
I feel like they should have made it so that instead of him walking over there, like your last punch like causes him to fly over there.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't really understand. Like he couldn't hit me if you saw that. Like I was just like standing there.
The sheriff says if
Press
artists
A
or programmers or anyone ever spoken out about working on this game, the development had to be wild, and there's a lot of work that had to go into this for sure.
If you hit A, you thrown and you just sit there. It's like. So it says the end. I feel like there's got to be some like other ending, right?
Yeah. Don't know what you're doing wrong though.
Yeah. Save progress. Yes. So what happens here? Now if I go back into original mode.
Wow. Travi says, as someone who pre-ordered it back in 2011, it was a wild ride. Are you, this wasn't.
I feel like it was 2014 because I think pretty sure that I pre-ordered it like after I'd already moved here.
It could not have been 2011, right? Like what was Pure Solar even out in 2011? I feel like it wasn't, right? Okay, Chappie says maybe it was 2014. It was a long time. Even 2014 feels like, whoa, could it have possibly been that long ago? That's pretty crazy.
I don't know. Yeah. So CPU may enable CPU second player is on. There's a CRT test. There's a scroll test, a checkerboard, flicker test. Look at that. So I obviously should play something else now, right?
Yeah, I mean, you've played through this game twice.
Yeah. I'm gonna run to the bathroom and I'll pick something else up to play.
Okay. Now Corey's gone. I don't know what to do. I don't know what to talk about. What do we do? What do you all think Corey should play next? Oh wow, that's definitely an area he didn't go to in the game. Oh yeah, this elevator is different too. And that's different. Definitely a lot of things he never saw, that's for sure. Donkey Kong 64 after all this Gorilla Tape talk? Oh gosh. Oh yeah, Grim Guardians. That was an interesting trailer. I mean, you know, Inti Creates games are kind of hit or miss for me, so I'm cautiously optimistic. I'm hoping it is a lot less talky talk than the Gunvolt games, because that, like, you know, there's nothing wrong with a lot of conversation in video games, but there's a time and place for it, and it's not in my Mega Man like. It's just not. When I'm playing a side-scrolling Mega Man inspired game, I don't want the talky talks. And hopefully Grim Guardians will take a little more from like their Bloodstained games than from their Gunvolt games. Because the NESO Gunvolt, I did actually grab that at the limited run store because I'd passed on it. I will give that one a chance. Other than that, I think I'm done with the Gunvolt games. I don't. You know, hopefully that'll suit me, but the main Gunvolt games, I don't like them very much. But Grim Guardians does look cool. I'm cautiously optimistic. I'll definitely get it. You know, I'm sure it'll have a limited run copy, so I'll definitely get it and give it a chance. I'm just hoping it's better than the Gunvolt. I mean, not that the Gunvolt games are bad. They're not for me. It's been showing a lot of scenes that we definitely never saw in the game.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Well, I'll come back to it. For now, we'll play this.
Some more distinctive looking environments, I'd say. Oh, what we got here? This looks cool. Oh, dang! Just breaking this out, not making it. Man, I'm
gonna play on easy.
Really cool. Yeah, the opening, like I'm quite impressed already. I know I've like tried this game before, but I don't remember that opening. Is that unique to the Japanese version or
no?
No, I don't remember that. Maybe I skipped it. This is your actual card of Aleste that you managed to get a pretty decent deal on a while back.
Yeah, I could not resist it. It's probably blasphemous that I am playing on easy.
Best game of all time, no contest. I mean, of what I have tried of, Genesis shooters, I felt that the Glay Lancer was more my style than this.
Mm-hmm.
But unfortunately, I don't have either.
I don't really know if this is considered to be hard or not. I feel like people say this is a pretty good, sort of like mid-range difficulty shooter. But like I said, I am playing on easy. Because I've played it a lot on normal, and I just wanted to see if I could get a little bit further.
Yeah, why not?
I have finished the Sega CD game though, Robo Aleste.
Is that a shooter or a different type?
No, it looks very similar to this.
Do you have that?
I do, yeah. Very good soundtrack on that one. I mean, you've definitely seen this in action, like in videos.
Oh, I mean, I've played it. Yeah.
Oh, okay. That's right.
I've played like the first level.
Yeah.
For most of it.
This first level is pretty long. I think that.
Yeah.
I think that's kind of a thing, though. I feel like that's really loud. If it's loud for everybody else, I'm sorry.
I feel like that was one thing that kind of turned me off a little bit, actually.
Is how long the level was?
But I was like, man, this first level is so long. Yeah, because I think the context of when I tried it was looking at games to buy before the Wii Virtual Console went down.
Mm-hmm. Oh, right, okay.
And I tried this and Glay Lancer, and I picked Glay Lancer.
Oh.
Because I like, no, it I'm not a huge shmup guy, but Glay Lancer was it was hitting the right notes for me. This, I was like, no.
Look at how big my beams are right now.
If I was a big fan of the genre, I would 100% be all about this, I'm sure. But it was just not one of my go-to genre.
I understand.
My go-to genres. I mean, you couldn't have been born with like an innate understanding of how to say genre, right?
No, definitely. That's one that I don't recall like having a lot of problems with, though. I think that one that I had problems with was Chaos. There's an NES game called Dr. Chaos, and for the longest time I thought it was called Dr. Kos.
Dr. Kos. I mean, I remember, reading, about game genres and magazines and on websites and stuff, and like I just never heard the word out loud for the longest time, and so in my head I always read it as genre. I saw that Sainrub asked a couple times if I got the new Sonic Origins update. I don't have Sonic Origins.
I did the update on the Xbox version, but like, was it just like it wasn't anything major, was it?
I saw I mentioned something
just bug
about
fixes.
Tails glitch was fixed.
Yeah, I mean, like that's like something that we wouldn't know about.
I mean, they didn't do anything to improve like.
They reincorporated the Carlson crouch.
Yeah, they added in the Carlson crouch. I hope so. It's a stain on the game's authenticity to not have the Carlson crouch.
This. Oh, do I take damage from hitting the walls? I guess. Just seen that coming. Well, the music on this level is pretty good too.
I've never seen this level. The most I played was the first level. Is your ship or character or whatever it is, like, is it?
It's like a robot. It's like a mech.
It's bigger than you started as, right?
Yeah, it's got these shoulder cannons going on now. Yeah, I watched Shmup Junkie's 3.5 hour video reviewing every single Mega Drive shooter ever.
Wait, what?
Shmup Junkie, the YouTube channel. He's started doing these really super long videos, like where he reviews every single shooter on a system.
Oh wow!
And he did a Mega Drive one that's 3.5 hours long. But he did a PC Engine one before that.
How long was that?
I don't know. Oh, he did miss some? I mean, there was a lot of stuff. He did like a lot of unlicensed stuff too. So I thought it was pretty complete.
$5 super chat from Machura saying, I knew a guy in school who was excited for Sonic Chaos, but called it Sonic Chaos.
Chaos.
My problem word is debut. In my mind, it's always debut at first. Debut. Well, Joe actually brought up a really good one on the Games Hack episode today. Was homage or homage or.
I've always said homage. Like I thought, but I've seen a lot of people say like homage.
I don't know if it's
I'm pretty sure it's homage.
But for some reason, in my head, I always want to say that if it's a noun, it makes sense to be homage, like to make an homage to something. But if it's used as a it's been too long since English class. I'm trying to think. It wouldn't be an adjective necessarily, but like if you were to say that that something that like an element of if it pays homage to, like pays homage to, like I would say pays homage, or at least that would be my instinct would be to say pays homage to Mega Man. This game pays homage to, or am I getting it backwards now? I can't even think about what I'm saying.
Homage.
I don't know, but it's not a word that I say out loud very often, but in my head, like it does kind of go back and forth depending on the context.
I don't regret giving up the beams.
The beans?
Yeah, the beans, the beams.
The food?
It's like food. It's like someone put their dinner, like threw their dinner in here. Like this is food. Have we mentioned that like on the stream, like even when we were laughing about it, like?
I don't know. I mean, it's
this is one that has like
classic video. I'm sure a lot of people have seen it.
Yeah.
But I mean, we had both seen it before, but you kind of
look at that parallax. Right there.
I guess came across it again. Wow, that is impressive. Oh wow, look at that. Oh man, that's good stuff. Look at that. Wow. Wow. That's amazing. I mean, who needs polygons when you've got 3D like that?
Yeah.
Man, this makes me wish M2 had done a 3D Classics of this.
Yeah, they didn't, did they? Oh, this is the. It's trying to make me take. Ah!
I know your Battletoads in now.
Like avoiding the power-ups.
Well, no.
Well, yeah. I mean, going through here, yeah.
Yeah.
My hitbox is not very big, thankfully. It's pretty forgiving. I just didn't want to get that blue. I think I wanted to keep my beams.
$2 super chat from Jonathan Henson. MUSHA greater than PAPRIUM. I mean, this is so impressive, and like, MUSHA or PAPRIUM definitely does some cool things too, but like the
nothing
fact that this was done like at the time it was, like with no extra helper chips or anything like that, like
it's more impressive to you.
It's more impressive to me, whereas PAPRIUM was made with, not to say there's anything wrong with using helper hardware, but like it was made so many years later, there's so many more years of game design experience out there and knowledge and stuff, and stuff about the hardware. Like, this was just made with what a company at the time was able to do, and
yeah,
like
Jeez.
whether you would say that like one or the other is objectively more impressive. Like, just because of the context, I feel like this is more impressive to me. Oh, this is a question I saw asked earlier, but we've got Audie in the chat wanting to know if you watched the Beavis and Butthead revival.
I have not. I want to watch the second movie first, but I do. I want to see it, and I've heard that it's good. I mean, I would expect that it would be good. But I haven't seen the new movie yet. I mean, I wonder if it's only going to be on Paramount Plus or if it's going to be available on anything else ever. Hopefully, it'll be on other services.
You know, by the way, I mean, speaking of where the heck to like actually like watch stuff. You know, Audie, you recommended to me to watch the 2012 Nickelodeon Ninja Turtles, which we discovered was on Netflix.
Mm-hmm.
And I did actually watch it. I think it was the week after you left. But they only had the first season on Netflix. Like, that's the kind of thing that's just like, well, if it's not on streaming, like, where do you like legally even watch that? Like I couldn't.
You gotta
find,
buy
like,
the DVDs, probably.
I couldn't find like a Blu-ray set or nothing. You'd think there would be something. I couldn't find it.
I don't know.
But I feel like that might be a problem with like a lot of things. Is like, where do you watch some of this stuff that's like part of a service or like, you know, I don't know.
I don't know. I've been watching this show called Mr. Robot.
Mm-hmm.
It's I just started it. I'm like I will watch like one episode every like couple nights, and I like that it's 4 seasons and it's like done. It's completed. It has the guy that's in it's like the villain in the last Bond movie in it.
Huh?
It has like the guy who was like the villain in the most recent, like the last Bond movie.
The guy who was in Until Dawn.
Yes. Oh geez, now I'm just getting crushed here. Did I get him? I got tore up there. But yeah, it's a good show. It's like it has a lot of like really accurate computer terms in it, which is kind of
really
nice.
Accurate computer terms.
Yeah, and just like computer stuff. Like it's just not. It's pretty detailed, and it's. I don't know. Like I feel as though people have probably given it credit for having as good of like it doesn't dumb down like the computer stuff,
Right.
like shows can, I guess. That was close. I thought it was done for there. Someone's saying this is the where the difficulty ramps up.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I can definitely see how that would be the case. I thought I might have a chance.
It does have a lot of interesting looking levels for sure.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know how many levels it is.
Do you want me to find out?
Sure.
Let's see. Go to the old game facts. MUSHA.
I am playing on easy, so it's very
MUSHA,
possible that...
metallic uniframe super hybrid armor. Did you know that?
No. I just got a game over though. Oh, maybe not. I got 0.
There's only one fact for this game.
It's all you need, right?
Huh?
It's probably all you need.
Probably all you need, and it's
Can I
also
do it?
written by the I'm sure most esteemed Blueberry Buttface. Looks like 7 levels.
Oh, I thought that the music sounded like it was like the game was like hard locking there for a second. I got a little nervous.
Blueberry Buttface. Oh, Scepter Sever says, I know Buttface. I do not mean to disparage the good name of Blueberry Buttface.
What does it mean again? Metallic uniframe something?
Metallic uniframe super hybrid armor.
Oh. You know, it probably says that right on the title screen of this version.
Uniframe. What was?
I assume that's just like, you know, a giant robot.
I guess. I don't think Coury ever got bullets on
Not yet.
his stream deck.
No.
Imagine losing to this bozo.
No bullets yet. I mean, I should have looked it up. I meant to last week and I didn't.
Do you need to go pee, Sandy? I'm gonna take Sandy to go pee.
Okay, well, at least she's like asking to go out. When I went to go to the bathroom, I saw that Nelly had peed on the floor. Oh. It is a Dreamcast game. It's just the bullets. I mean, I did put this game on the on easy, so I bet that it's not a full game. It probably stops me like in the last level, saying please try a harder difficulty level. Yeah, I mean, I'm doing okay. I'm almost out of lives though. I lost a lot of more lives than I was prepared to in the last level. Oh, I want that. Give me that. I don't really know what those little capsules do. I she's back. Really trying to make me get weapons that I don't want. Ooh. Ooh. You gonna run away again? Nope, you're gonna get all bloody. Those bloody. Oh, ooh, that's pretty cool looking. That is really cool looking. And get you. So, okay. I don't know how many, what level I'm even on at this point. Okay, so that's just like the, they almost look like shuriken, or not shurikens, but the, like, I can't remember, it starts with a K. It's like kunai or something like that. Oh, dang it. Oh, okay, so, I mean, I still got a ways to go, I guess. I'm only on level 5. It's hard to tell. Honestly.
What?
Just like what level I'm on.
Oh, so you're on level 5?
That's what Scepter Sever's saying, but is not sure.
It's definitely at least 4.
Yeah, I mean, I moved to a new level while you're out.
Yeah.
There's like a definite break.
Have you game overed at all?
I haven't.
Do you know if this is like the kind of game that's like kind of hard to rebuild in if you die?
It doesn't seem like it's too crazy. I mean, I died a bunch of times on like 2 levels ago, and you know, like once I had made it past the boss, then it's not hard to rebuild. Mm-hmm. And it seems like it drops stuff. Like when you're fighting bosses, like weapon power-ups just come down. Like if you were to die, so you can repower up a little bit.
Mm.
Like the hardest part of this is like shoot. It's not getting the weapons that you, making sure you don't pick up weapons that you don't want.
The hardest part of this is shoot.
Yeah.
It is a shooter.
It is.
But shooting is easy.
Oh, shoot. There you go. So when you power up your guns, when you have like the special gun, you can take 1 hit, so you don't die. You lose the special gun.
Mm.
Pretty good system. It feels very fair. I do like the plasma beams though.
Nothing yet has looked quite as impressive as level 2. It's 3D canyon over lava.
Oh, is he gonna start swinging?
Did you ever get Rendering Ranger?
Did I ever get it?
Yeah, you were thinking about it.
Huh?
We're not Rendering Ranger. Ranger X.
Oh.
Rangers.
Yeah, Rangers. I did not get it. I didn't. I wish I did. Like, if you had gotten back to me quicker that night, I was already home by the time.
Oh, was that when you saw the one without the manual?
Yeah, for 50, and I was
yeah, you should have got it.
I know, but I like.
That's like what that's was about what I paid. Actually, it might have been like $5 less than I paid.
Exactly what I know, but I didn't know that until I was already home, and I got your text saying like, "Oh, that's like that's better price than what I paid for it." If you had your phone on you at all times, I'd have Ranger X right now.
I mean, my phone usually is on me at all times, but I'm, not exactly looking at it all the time. I don't let Discord push any notifications to like my phone.
I think I texted it to you though.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
Yeah, I only see what's going on in Discord when I check it, which is often, but not so often in the evening. Oh, that looks cool.
Just waiting for it to start moving again. I have to kill his boss the old-fashioned way. With the old pea shooter.
I see Brian Reno saying Ranger X is not a 3-button game, and I did remember someone said when I streamed that it's the best use of the 6-button. Man, I really like the way that thing's shots fly out. Like they look just looks unusually smooth and satisfying.
Mm-hmm.
But I
this might have unlimited continues in it.
Maybe with like more advanced, higher level play, I could definitely see how the 6-button could benefit. But I thought it seemed kind of complicated, and I was quite comfortable with not directing the little like helper bot thing, just kind of letting it follow you, and you were able to still shoot like left and right in it with the 3-button. So I thought that, especially for a first time playthrough, I thought the 3-button seemed like it would keep things simpler. And so it seemed very, very functional. I was quite pleased with how it played with the 3-button.
Come on, respawn. There you go.
Didn't feel disadvantaged. So I think what I'm going to play next week is I finally got the box from Limited Run that included my my PS5 copy of Quake.
Yeah, I got that too.
That was actually a pretty big order for me because I had 5 games. I
had 6 of mine.
I had PS5 Quake, PS5 River City Girls, PS5 Blood Rain Betrayal, Switch Double Dragon and Kunio-kun, and Switch Dusk. Which I also want to stream Dusk sometime, but I want to do Quake first. Like I have barely played. I've only ever played like the first level of Quake in any.
Yeah.
And I feel excited and ready to have that experience. In fact, the most I'd ever played was
jeez.
when I used the Game Pass trial when I was working on the Projectors episode.
Mm-hmm.
The current gen version of Quake like just came out. Like it was kind of like a total surprise. Like I don't think anyone, like I think it just launched with like absolutely being unannounced before it was released, right? It just came out of nowhere, if I recall.
So it looks like TMNT is on sale on Voodoo for $50 for all 10 seasons. It has 10 seasons?
Wait, what? Maybe that includes the new series too?
10 seasons?
I'm pretty sure the version of the show that I'm talking about is only 5 seasons.
10 seasons? Like who's got time to watch?
Saying 10 seasons is the 87 show.
Oh. That's too many seasons. I'm just gonna say that.
I'm talking about the 2012 series specifically. It was good. I mean, I was able to watch the first season on Netflix. It was definitely better than I thought it would be. I mean, I expected it to be good because Audie told me it was his favorite version of the show. So, but before that, I didn't really know anything about it. What was I talking about before that? Oh, Quake, yeah. Yeah, I'm looking for that. But yeah, when I was working on the Projectors episode, like that just came out and it was on Game Pass, and I was using that Game Pass trial. So I played like that was the first time I like played through the first level. Like otherwise, like I just like messed around in the first level in like the N64 version. That was like most of my Quake experience.
Oh, there's like different forms that I could have been doing the whole time.
Oh, you switched to a different form?
Well, different like attacks. Like there's reverse, form, roll. Oh, it's my options. How do I change my speed? I see the arrows. Usually, that's why I assume that the A button would do, but it doesn't.
Server's asking, has anyone gotten the Scott Pilgrim vinyl from LRG?
It's a Genesis game. It doesn't have a select button. Should I play something else? I'm stuck on this level.
Have you game overed?
I think it has unlimited continues.
Oh. I mean, it didn't take you long to get to this point, so you can definitely work up to it pretty easily another time.
Do I want to stay on the Genesis or do something else? I don't have Comic Zone, surprisingly.
I mean, you're on the Genesis, so just pop in something you want to play for fun for a few minutes.
All right.
Zay's Dad, no, I'm not talking about the 2003 series. Although I am curious to watch that sometime. I'm talking about, I think it's the first series after Nickelodeon came to ownership of Ninja Turtles. It's like, it's CG animated, which, like, the asset quality is very hit or miss. There's the human characters look really, really bad in it. The turtles look pretty good. But the animation quality is good. The writing is good. The acting and portrayal of all of the characters is really good. So it was quite enjoyable, and it does have a, kind of a storyline that kind of runs through it, even though it's otherwise like very episodic, but it kind of does evolve over the course of this series. But yeah, 2012 series. I think it's 5 seasons. And Netflix only has 1 season. Oh, cool. So what game are you gonna play?
The first one.
What else would you play? You know, every time I've booted this game, I've always just gone like the Snake Man stage. So I love the music in that so much. I honestly have not seen much of this outside of that.
I mean, it's not great.
It's interesting.
Yeah. It was as someone as a Sega fan, it was just like the coolest thing ever. Like, oh, you know, we got these better versions. Better at the time, you know, we thought they were better. Yeah. But I appreciate a lot of the stuff that they did in this that they didn't have to. Like, you know, just even just making having a score, like keeping score in the first game. Like, it doesn't seem like something that they would have retained for like a full remake like this.
Yeah.
But and if they were gonna do it, like either get rid of it or give all the other games the score. I don't know. It just seems weird. It's cool that they did that, I guess.
I mean, you know, I have no idea like if there is any code that could be like shared from the original versions to like kind of make a starting point for this, or if it's just had to be a totally from the ground up remake. Like, I have no idea if like any NES code can be run as is or with slight tweak. Well, obviously it could be run as is, but like could you use NES code as a starting point on a Genesis game? Like, is any of the code compatible? I don't know. I think some NES code can be compatible with Super Nintendo, if I'm not mistaken, but I don't really know, to tell you the truth. I've always heard it said that like supposedly the Super Nintendo would have been a lot more powerful if early in development they weren't intending to keep Famicom and NES compatibility. I don't know if it's true, but like I've heard that like because of that, like they were like kind of locking into like a certain family of chips, and then they decided to not do the backwards compatibility. You know, looking back, I feel like it's kind of surprising that the Super Famicom wasn't backwards compatible.
It is. You know, I was just thinking about that, like, as you said that.
It is, like, just given what a phenomenon the system was.
Yeah.
Like, in the US and Japan, like, it's honestly a little surprising. Like you kind of, there's this tendency to kind of think that like, oh, well, that was just no backwards compatibility, was just like the old way.
I like never die on Bomb-Man. It's like, I think this is the first time I've died on Bomb-Man in 20 years.
In your entire life?
in 20 years, probably.
But then when you think like, well, Genesis was backwards compatible with Master System, so it wasn't like, it was like, to me, like, since I didn't really know much about Master System and certainly didn't know that Genesis was backwards compatible with it until, honestly, I probably didn't know that you could play Master System games on Genesis until like, it's probably something I learned like after I met you. Like, I don't think I knew that. I definitely didn't know that back in the day. I didn't know Master System existed until I was in high school. But like, so I thought that like backwards compatibility, like the PS2 was like the origin of backwards compatibility in my world. Assuming you don't count Game Boy Color, which I don't. That's, to me, just a refresh of Game Boy. I know that there is some new hardware in it, but I still don't think of it as a new clown.
You know, the Gutsman music used to be like one of my least favorites in the game, but now I think it's like one of the best ones.
I really like it.
I you know, because this one, Mega Man 1 just has so many iconic themes that are, I don't know, just like specifically the Electman and Gutsman. Like those are, I feel like those are the two like most iconic in the game.
The thing is,
the
Crazy Gamer,
a lot.
The Super Nintendo, it doesn't play the Game Boy games. The Super Game Boy plays the Game Boy games. And as we've seen evidence by all of the clone consoles over the years, you know, they all, like the NES clone consoles that you plug into Super Nintendo, like they have to have their own video output and stuff. So like as it shipped, like the picture processing side of Super Nintendo and NES were not compatible. I mean, no one has ever developed like an NES adapter that can actually go through the Super Nintendo's AV output. Game Boy is a little different, I guess. You know, since, you know, it's able to transmit that data through to the Super Nintendo's AV out while being processed on the Super Game Boy. But no one's ever done the same thing for NES. It always has to have its own video output. Probably because it's not RGB compatible, I'm guessing. Because the NES is not RGB compatible, maybe. Cable Gamer says the SNES VDU was not similar to CPU, was an odd choice, period. Yeah, I mean, I think that's what I'm getting at. Like I heard at some point that like the CPU decision had something to do with intended Famicom backwards compatibility early on. But I don't know if it's true.
This Gutsman music is like is what really made me fall in love with this game, I think. It's just like I would just rent the game and sit on this level.
Bomb Man. Is that how your old tape was?
Yeah, but it was yes. For sure, but that was with 2. And I just always remember Bubble Man. Me saying Bubble Man. And you know what? You know, like I think about that too. Like I think about like how I remember like in the moment recording those and saying that in there, and I said I hope that one day like I don't regret doing that. You know, like I specifically remember thinking like, oh, I hope that I'm not like someday annoyed that I recorded my voice on there like that.
You know, let me grab. I've actually got.
Well, I played.
I did so many of these, so many tapes back in the day of game music. You know, recording it. You know, I didn't have the means to do like a direct connection, or at least I didn't know how. You know, so I recorded all my music, you know, on a recorder, like up to my TV speaker.
Right.
Is that how you did yours too?
Oh yeah.
And later I upgraded to like an actual like microphone with like an input into the recorder. But there would be a little purple tint in the corner of your TV when you did it, but it was fine. It was fine when you took it away, or at least it was for a while. But I've got a few of my tapes still, but these are the only two that like actually have like the hand drawn art. So this is Nintendo number 2 and Nintendo number 5 part 2. Nintendo number 2 has Kirby's Block Ball, Kirby's Dream Land 2, Kirby's Avalanche, and Kirby's Dream Course. It says there are 43 great songs.
That's quite a few, though.
43 great songs.
I don't know if I talked about this, or did I even tell you about how I got this CD player? Did I show you the CD player that I got that has a mini disc player in it?
You mentioned it briefly. And also here, Nintendo number 5. I guess it must be a limitation of the space I had, because number 5 part 2 is only Kirby Superstar. And I misspelled. I wrote Kirby apostrophe S Superstar. It's just Kirby Superstar. There are also 48 great songs on this one. I mean, I made these when
How can we turn that to be Marc Duddleson presents Nintendo Power 48 great
48 great songs.
Nintendo Power Magazine, right?
48 great songs. What is it? What is it? 42 great holes? How many great holes is
36.
It? Huh?
36.
36 great holes. Sorry, Fred Couples. 48 great. We should start a series. It's called 48 Great Songs with Marc Duddleson. And it's all just like music from Kirby Superstar. I was probably, let's see, Kirby Superstar came out in 96. I mean, I was making, when I made those in particular, I was probably 12 or 13. I was probably between like 11 and probably between like 11 and 14 when I was making my game soundtracks. I mean, it felt like a long span of time to tell you the truth, it really was probably just like 2 or 3 years that I was making those. And like one of my friends from like 6th grade, like I think I told the story recently where like I took some of those tapes to his house, and he copied my tapes with high-speed dubbing.
Oh yeah.
And I thought it was like simultaneously the most awesome and hilarious thing I'd ever heard in my life. And like, I immediately, because I didn't have a CD player at the time, and I immediately wanted like a boombox like that had a CD player and high-speed tape dubbing capability. Like that was what I wanted for my birthday. Like I legit imagined that I was going to listen to my music. Like I thought I was going to like copy CDs to tape that I could then listen to the tape with high-speed dubbing.
So you want to know what's pretty cool though? It's like out of like a separate thing totally, but that mini disc CD player that I have can record to mini disc from CDs in high-speed dubbing.
Oh.
Like, I don't even understand how it works. But it does.
But yeah, I really never actually listened. Like, I thought I was going to, because I was like, oh my gosh, it's like the music, but it sounds so fast and it's funny.
It's like the Chipmunks.
Well, but it was non-vocal music. It was video game music, right?
Right.
So, like, it didn't have the chipmunk effect necessarily, but I thought it sounded awesome.
I just want to get to Dr. Wily's castle. Did you know anybody that ever referred to him as Dr. Willy?
No, I
feel like that
so.
might be a common thing. Like, I definitely knew some people that said Dr. Willy.
Yeah, I never played Mega Man.
Which is, it's totally understandable.
In NES days. Like, I didn't know anyone who had Mega Man games. My introduction, weirdly enough, was 7, because a couple of my friends rented it all the time. They rented 7, X1, and X2 a whole bunch, and that was my introduction. Then, when I got back into NES, then that's when that was one of my first priorities was getting the full Mega Man series, and thank goodness I did, right?
Yeah.
That was I was done with that early. That was Funko Land days still. Unfortunately, I didn't get 7 like I should have, but the NES ones I took care of.
The jumping physics are so off on this. You can jump to like things you shouldn't be able to reach. Like you can jump like up to that somehow.
Oh yeah, interesting. But yeah, I got all those, and so I definitely consider the NES ones to be my favorites, even though like I was introduced with stuff. Most people are probably surprised to have seen you do so well in this, like because most people think Mega Man 1 is just like some sort of trash fire of unfairness.
Right.
Like most people, like if you honestly, when I say that,
that's right up there.
When I feel like stirring up the hornet's nest and say, you know what, I think Mega Man 2 is actually the worst NES Mega Man game. When I say that, like, the thing that gets people more than anything, I think, is they're like, wait, you're saying Mega Man 1 is better than 2?
Are you saying that?
I am saying that. Okay. And most people just cannot accept that, because most people think Mega Man 1 is kind of bad. But it's your favorite.
Yes, it's totally my favorite.
Most people kind of don't like this one.
Well, I think it's really good.
I like it too. Like the first time I played through it, I didn't love it, but the second time I played through, I was like, I expected it to take me a lot longer than it did, and I was kind of like, oh, like this isn't that bad. I was able to get through it in like an hour and a half, maybe.
Yeah. Oh, the first one.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's not. It's not
like on a replay, like many years later.
Right.
And I was like, oh, this like is not as hard as I thought.
It's kind of a pleasant experience, isn't it? Because it just
and so I think it's not that time consuming, even though it's, like Flame Man.
I was doing so good, and then that's all right.
Is that Tool in this game on the original version?
The gravity beam?
Tool?
Yeah.
Is that from this original?
Yeah, it's like the gravity beam or something like that.
Kind of forgot.
It doesn't really make any sense why it's called that, but I feel like that's what it was called, like the gravity beam. Can I back out and... I'm gonna try the second game.
But yeah, Mega Man 1 definitely can be a little janky, but I like it.
Yeah.
Why are you going back to the Guts?
I'm just killing myself. I didn't mean to. Like, I was gonna see if there's a way to back out to go back to the game select.
Oh.
See, and that's weird to me, because I feel like the newer games are way tougher than the first one. But maybe it's gotta be just because I played it so many times.
That's a good bit.
I mean, I have
the mechanics are a little weird in Mega Man 1, but I think it's okay.
Yeah.
Man, I've got to play through. I still can't believe I've not played through
Mega Man 11.
Yeah, I mean, I streamed it that one time, but I didn't make much progress, and I didn't get back to it at the time.
Can I do this? I can't.
I really like how it looks, though. Alex Gavin says, hot take, Mega Man 9, 10, and 11 are better than the NES originals.
A lot of people would agree with you on 9.
I think so. Like, I feel like the love of 9 has maybe passed a little bit since it's been so long since it released. Like, I don't really hear people bring it up that much anymore. But at the time it was out, it was my favorite Mega Man. At the time it came out, like I played through it a lot of times. And I really loved it. And I feel like it probably is the best Mega Man game. I wish there was a perfect way to play it though,
Yeah.
Like there's no really truly perfect version of it. But just in terms of video output options and stuff, but it is really, really, really good. I like 9 a lot. 10?
Yeah, but I mean, you can get pretty close.
10 is weird. I do like Sheep Man, though. Sheep Man is good weird. But 10 is a little off. But it is still very good.
Okay, so I just heard the sound effect when I picked up the E-Tank. I thought that none of the extra lives made that noise when I was playing the first one. I wonder if it just got drowned out because it was really quiet.
We played My Number 9. That's
we want to stream that.
I have intended to stream that for a long time, especially ever since the PS5 came out. I have intended to stream that on the PS5, I feel like that would be a good way to play it so that there shouldn't be any performance issues kind of muddying my view of the game. Because I've played a couple of minutes of the game before, but very, very, very little. So I want to give the game a good, serious try.
Yeah,
on PS5 on a stream somewhere.
Yeah, maybe you do that after.
Maybe I'll do that after Coury.
Yeah.
Maybe I will, unless something else comes up. Maybe I will.
I think that'd be fun.
Sean Reagan is asking, did these streams get uploaded somewhere after? They are in a public playlist. If you just go to youtube.com/mylifeingaming and scroll down to the playlist, you'll see the live stream archive playlist. We don't like the streams muddying up the video listings.
Right.
That's why they weren't public. So many people like want to look for like deeper meaning and why a video is unlisted. Like people are like all, I don't know how they end up on it necessarily. Like probably from Twitter or something.
Right.
But they'll like come to the video and they're like, why is this unlisted? Like they're probably assuming like, oh, there's like, did something bad happen during this stream? Like, there's just
Yeah.
a meaning behind this. And it's like, there's like we don't leave streams as listed and we put them on a public playlist. It's very simple and straightforward. Nothing crazy about it.
Almost made a comeback there.
Like there was a comment on the video on the stream that we did where you and John did Saturn and PlayStation side by side, and the comment was like, "Oh, I can see why this was unlisted. There's just so many technical issues you ran into during."
Yeah. So just to confirm, that was not like PS1 digital. It was a cable, specifically one single cable that was causing the dropouts. I narrowed it down over the course of like 2 days to like the first cable on a chain, like going out from the output of my receiver into like a splitter.
Sometimes HDMI cables are bad.
Yeah. Jeez, come on. Oh, come on. I'm all soft because I've been playing on normal on the NES version.
Oh. Again, I'm saying didn't see you boys on the guest list for Retro World Expo this year. Well, I guess we're technically not guests at Retro World this year, but we are going to be.
Yeah, we'll be there. We were kind of back and forth.
It was hard to justify the trip right now, to be completely honest.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like if it were in October or November, like it's normal time, like I would have not really questioned it at all. But it felt like weird timing this year, but we were a little on the fence if we could actually make it, but we're making it happen.
I destroyed him that time.
Make Dave go. I mean,
I think he might be going.
I heard he was thinking about it.
Yeah.
Have you heard any updates on that?
I haven't. There was a chance that I was gonna go basically at the same time as him at one point. I had a work trip that was like going to where Dave lives, and I almost like flew there for work, and then we would have gone to Retro World Expo, came back, and I would have flown back using like the round trip aspect of my work trip, which would have been pretty nice.
Yeah. But then that trip got canceled.
Right. See, the graphics on this level, like the blocks, I never really thought of them as like ice. But I feel like this makes them kind of look like ice. But I never imagined them as ice in the original.
Well, I'm not really sure what this level is one of the reasons that Mega Man 2's a little bad.
Really?
I hate this level.
Really? It's like the easiest, like one of the easiest levels in the game.
Wow. I mean, this is the one with the lines, right? Like the laser lines, right?
No, you're thinking of Quick Man.
Oh.
That is one of the worst levels.
that level is garbage.
I mean, that was, for the longest time, that was like a big roadblock for me.
Yeah, I mean, like, even when you know the pattern, like, it's... I mean, for one, I've, like, never totally memorized it. But, like, you know, even when you, like, start to... I mean, the execution is really tight on that, regardless.
Is that going to be game over? Yep. Ba-dum-bum. Ba-dum. Ba-dum-bum.
Is that about going to do it?
I think that's going to do it. I think so. I would have to say, I mean, PAPRIUM was okay. MUSHA was definitely
Delicious.
Chicken.
And this is okay.
Yeah.
But I hope everyone has a wonderful week. Thank you to everyone who donated this week, and I guess we'll see you on next Sunday. I mean, I won't have this episode finished this week, but I don't know. Stranger things have happened.
You need to remind me to get you that.
Yeah, like the hard drive.
PS2 footage and capture.
That's right. All right, everybody. Take care. We'll see you soon. Good night.
Good night.